And we'll talk about the singles match for the World Heavyweight Championship as our champion Gunther takes on an emboldened Damien Priest. Damascus Dez, you get first pick, sir. What say you about this match?
I told Vinny, me and Vinny talked about this one. This is one of 2 or 3 matches that me and him really talked about. And I told him I did not have an answer for this one. I told him I was going to be making this particular one on the fly because I keep going back and forth. Part of me thinks that with the way that Damien has been completely dominating Gunther, there's one of 2 things that could happen. They're doing that to make Damien look legitimate, and therefore putting him as the champion, or they could be putting him up there, making him look dominant, so that when Gunther wins by cheating, that it keeps him in the title picture. I'm not sure which route they're going. This is one of those, I love Damien Priest, and I think this is the best run of his career. But at the same time, I don't want to see Gunther become a second-rate washout. I feel like this is when we're going to start seeing the do whatever it takes Gunther. I'm going to be a little hypocritical and do stuff that makes it look like the match not quite as sacred as it should be, because I want this title more than I care about the fucking match. I think we're going to see Gunther fully embrace being a heel and cheat to win. That's my prediction. I think Gunther is finally going to embrace Imperium taking over. It's like we're going to have to see that happen. Gunther is going to win by cheat, by hook or by crook. He's going to cheat to win this one.
So are you saying that it definitely won't be a clean win?
Oh, it's not going to be a clean win. Not the way that Damien has been a step ahead of Gunther the entire time. There's no way in hell a heel is going to get a clean win over someone who's been dominating him nonstop for weeks.
Right. Vincent Kennedy Bucci, the rated R prediction star. What saith you with?
First of all, I'm going to say this. I love this story for the simple fact that it's showing the vulnerability of Gunther, the insecurity and everything. And Damien Priest, like I said, there's not been a single moment where Gunther outsmarted Damien Priest. But here's the beautiful thing about Gunther, because people hate on this thing. They don't understand this one thing. When you're a heel, and I'm talking specifically heel, you are allowed to have fear. You're allowed to be a coward. You're allowed to cheat. You're allowed to go these routes as a heel. It's the babyface that can't do it. But as a heel, if you become, heel can be a badass and dominant and everything, but you can also go that other route. It doesn't hurt you as a heel to cheat or have insecurity or whatever, because everybody has that. Every bad guy has that one weakness or weakness that you eventually figure out once you get to know them a little bit more. But also, the way they've booked this, Gunther has to win, and he has to cheat to do it. If Gunther wins by dominating like he always does, Damien is fucked. If Damien wins, period, Gunther's fucked. Like, that's how they design this story. Someone's getting buried if Gunther doesn't win and doesn't cheat. You're going to bury somebody in the process. Because for the simple way that you booked this. So I agree. Gunther is winning and Gunther is cheating, because that is literally the only way to salvage both these guys. Because if Gunther cheats, that don't hurt Damien Priest. Because he didn't lose because Gunther was better than him. Gunther had to cheat. It never hurts you to lose to somebody that cheated. And by Gunther cheating and holding on to the title, he's still the champion and does what Desmond's saying. We're going to see this desperate champion. So I agree 100%. Gunther wins.
Yeah, it's like all the confidence that Gunther's lost, Damien's picked up. You know what I mean? It's been a great story to watch. And I love it. I love seeing, a human being go both sides of the mountain, right? The climb up and the descend down, because that's the story of everybody in every civilization. And we're seeing it. And Paul is writing it correctly. I keep switching back and forth between Hunter, Paul, and Levesque, but it's all the same person. When I reference the trifecta, that's who I'm talking about. Love you, Hunter. But you guys make some really extremely good points. I really wanted to go with Priest because, I mean, if you think about it, if I'm not mistaken, didn't Gunther win it from Damien Priest? So
he did, but he only did so with help.
With help.
Because
What,
Finn
Finn?
Balor turned on it.
Yep.
How it turned on Damien.
And that's kind of
the help, but he got it.
And that's the thing. It's like, and that's part of the process here. It happened with what? Randy, Sammy, and here we are. And I think that for that reason, I have to agree with you guys. It would be foolish to say that Gunther loses at this point. Now, is it going to happen? Oh yeah. And it could be later. It could be with Cena next year. Who knows? Who knows how it's going to happen? But I think it's a little too soon, right? And not right now. Although this is one of the mighty fine PLEs. This is an old school PLE. This is a big enough stage for them to legitimize a move like that. I just don't think, to y'all's point, it makes sense right now. So we all agree. And I also think it's not going to be a clean win. I think there's going to be some scuttle. There's going to be either interference, a low blow, something happens when the ref's back's turned, the ref gets knocked to something shystie's going to happen, and that will enable Gunther to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Moving on to the next match,